All right, we're gonna be making salsa today. And so what you're gonna need is onions, tomatoes, and jalapeños. Now the secret about the jalapeños is you wanna look for the ones that are not perfect. The ones that have some lines on them or are kind of looked a little cracked, because those, for some reason, are a little bit hotter than the other ones, and I think they just have a better taste. So what we're gonna do is, I'm using the charcoal grill. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the onions we're just gonna cut in half, just like this, and we're just gonna set them right on top of the grill like that. All right, and then we're just gonna put all the onions, the tomatoes, and the jalapeños there, and we're going to leave them on there until, just keep turning them until they're completely black. All right, so you can see, this is what we got. We have the tomatoes, the jalapeños, and these are some onions that I'm putting on for later, but that's not for the salsa. That's different. So this is what we have here, and we're just gonna keep turning them until they get black. Okay, so what we've done now is I've squeezed about 8 to 10 limes in here. Just limes like this. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to add some pepper. We're going to add a little bit of garlic powder. Now remember, one thing about these is you can always add, but you can't always take away. I'm gonna add, this is a little steak seasoning. You can use any types of herbs and spices that you like. I'm gonna put some salt, just a pinch of salt in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put half of a light beer. And I say light beer because if you put something like a dark beer, it's going to, you're not gonna taste this light beer. You won't even notice it's there. But if you put darker beer in it, it's too strong and it takes away from the salsa. So what we'll do is we'll just mix this up, and then we're gonna set this to the side. And as the other stuff comes off, then what we're gonna do is we're going to start cutting them. So what we're gonna do over here, you can see, is I've turned these, and they're already starting to get brown, and we're just gonna keep turning them until they're just falling apart. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is, while we're turning all of this over here, now I put a glove on. You can use these, you can use a fork, whatever. What you do is you're gonna check the onion, and you're gonna check to make sure the onion looks like this, all right? So once the onion looks like that, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your knife, and then you're gonna cut that black part off, but just enough all the way around where you're cutting off onion, but you're kind of trimming that black stuff off. And you just kind of go all the way around. And then you take this and you put it right back. You grab the next one. You can grab both of these off of here. Like that. I'm gonna do the same thing with these. Like that. Don't go too deep on it. So you just to kind of cut that off, all right? That gives it an incredible taste. All right, throw this one back on. And then I'm gonna take this, cut it a few times, like that. And then the stuff we mixed a little while ago, I'm just gonna dump this all in here. And you're gonna keep doing that. You're gonna keep doing that until you completely finish up all of the onions, where there's nothing left. So, okay, so now what we're gonna do is, now these tomatoes, they're just falling apart, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start taking the ones that are just completely falling apart. We're gonna take these off. And this is the next step. Now, what I want you to see here is, this is what I'm gonna do, all right? I'm gonna leave all this stuff on here. It's just, and I'm just gonna cut the end off. All right, I'm just gonna push that to the side. So over here, I'm gonna cut this off too. Just cut that little end off. This one here is the same. And this one here is the same. Now, for the next step, this is what I like to do. Now, some people can put this in a blender. I don't like to. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push into this very gently because I don't want it to squirt on me. And once it's like that, then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do this. And you just kind of push it together. If there's a little piece that you don't want in there, you just take that out like this. Come back together again. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take this that I've been putting all this stuff into. I'm just going to put it in here. Like that. I'm going to set it aside because I still have some more to do, and also the jalapenos. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these jalapenos off and I'm going to put them over here. And these are, I mean, they're just all covered, just burnt. Oh, some a little bit more than others. You can see that. Like this one here, that's just almost black. That's what you want. You want that black on there, that charred. And then with these, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna cut the end off the same way I did with the tomato. Just push that to the side. And then, just like that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring this together. And then we're done. This is going to do the same thing we did with the other one. Just dump this in here. Now, if you don't want this spicy, you can put as much as you want. And we're gonna just set this over to the side. We're gonna keep adding the rest of the tomatoes and the onions. All right, so I'm done. What I did was I put, in the bowl, I put limes, about 10. I put salt, pepper, some lemon pepper, some steak or Italian seasoning, and a little garlic powder in there. Whatever you want, you can just mix that in there. Half of a light beer. And then we took the onions, the tomatoes, and the peppers that we put on here, and we did them. We can do it on a gas grill or whatever. You can even do it on your stove if you want. You just burn them completely black. You chop them up like I did, and then you just put them in the bowl. And then that's it. It's very simple. It's great to do when you're cooking out. You just chop it by hand like that, and it's nice and chunky, and it has a wonderful taste. This is great for tacos. It's great for steak. Great for eggs on top of eggs in the morning. I mean, this is just an all-around great hot sauce, and I think everybody's really gonna love this.